Hello YouTube, the Enemy6 here, and today I'll be showing you the top 5 zombie cards in the current meta. Now this is before Vampire, preview of the new card set Shadow Specters. So let's get started. First off, we have Zombie Master. This card is at spot 5 because it's a little restrictive on what you can special summon from the grave, but it's also in this top 5 because you can send a zombie to the grave. So I could send whatever zombie to the grave, special summon a level 4 or lower, and then you could use Book of Life to special summon the card you just discarded back from the grave. So that's why it's on the top 5. But one card you have to really look out for, and I don't think you would have any problem, would be Royal Prison. And the card reads, monsters cannot be special summoned from the grave. So this is the only card that you would really have to worry about unless they would somehow get rid of the card that you got rid of. So that's why Zombie Master's in the top 5 and in the 5th spot. Let's go for number 4. Spirit Reaper. This card is in spot 4 because it's a wall, unless it gets targeted by a card effect. And you can always just put in an attack and just poke at your opponent and make them discard one. Since it's only at 300 attack, it's not really going to do much, but it can really waste your opponent's resources on cards they could have used to get rid of it. On spot 3, we have Ryukaki. This card is here because if you're battling a warrior deck or a spellcaster deck and they attack with a warrior spellcaster, after damage calculation, this card and the card that battled with it gets destroyed. I put it at number 3 and not number 2 or 1 because spellcasters aren't going to be very good anymore or high or prevalent because of Fate. It got banned. And then warriors, they're not really too spectacular anymore without, or heroes without Stratos. So that's why it's at number 3. It's always a 24 beat stick you can just jab at your opponent. Spot 2, 1 Pyramid Turtle. This card is really good. You can just set it, then your opponent attack into it, and then special summon Ryukaki, Spirit Reaper, or Zombie Master. It's a really good card, and it doesn't have any restrictions besides 2,000 or less defense. You can put in an attack or defense position, which is always good. You can, almost like a Shining Angel, just set in defense, attack again, bring back another one. So if your opponent tries to pull off an OTK, just stall them, or if you want to save your resources, just go for Spirit Reaper, or depending on what card they were trying to use, Ryukaki. So this has a wide variety of options, and one of the common ones that you don't see is you can use Creature Swap. Swap your Pyramid Turtle, maybe get back one of their cards and just attack, goes to the grave, then you get the effect and search for maybe a Ryukaki and they have a warrior deck and just keep on jabbing at them. So Pyramid Turtle is a very it really helps put the deck together when you have this on the field or in the grave, because you can use Zombie Master's effect to send it or discard one card and then special summon it, and special summon defense or an attack and attack your opponent, goes to the grave, and then get your effect off again. And you can do this like every turn. So you can use Zombie Master's effect if you have multiples. You could just keep on going at your opponent until they can't go anymore. So that's why he's at number 2. This was not really difficult. Put him at 2 or 1, but 2 is a very good spot for him. Now for number 1, Endless Decay. Now, this could be at number 2 because the only thing that really hurts it is it becomes half your opponent's life points. And by time you could either get out Pyramid Turtle to special summon him, or somehow get him onto the field, your opponent's life could be very slim by then. But you can always special summon him by if your life points are 2,000 or less. So if you would use, or they would attack you with a card that's 7,000, let's say you almost try to pull off an OTK, your turn, bam, you can special summon. Then let's say you set, or depending on what card they use, you could summon Ryukaki or set Spirit Reaper, depending on if they have any back row. So you could just poke, and depending on if they have any back row, just summon Ryukaki, attack, or if they have another monster, just set. So, Pyramid Turtle and Endless Decay are very wide-ranged on what possibilities they can do. Now, Pyramid Turtle can easily special summon Endless Decay. Now it becomes 4,000, and you can poke, or just somehow get your life points down to 0. There's also one card that I tried testing, but it didn't work. But then also you probably could have used it in the fact that it lowers your life points. Zombie Mammoth would be a card to lower your life points, so then you can easily just special summon Endless Decay faster. But then that also hurts your life points to where if it's too low, then you can't do anything. But then there's also another card called Malevolent Mech, and that, if there's no zombie type monster on the field, on your side or your opponent's, it gets destroyed and you lose life points. But you can also normal summon level 6 star 24. So you could summon Zombie Mammoth, effect to the grave, you take 19, then 24. So Endless Decay can be a very wide range card, as well as Pyramid Turtle. So these two could potentially be in the same boat. When Vampires, new set comes out with Vampires, the two of those could potentially take the 2 spot, which Pyramid Turtle and Endless Decay could pretty much be even, depending on how you're really running the deck and what you can interact with the deck. So pretty much always in this type, if you were just running these 2 or 3, you'd always probably put 3 and 3, maybe run 2 or 1, because you don't want to draw into him, but you also want to have enough to special summon him in a way. And I guess you really don't want to have 3, because then you'll just draw him and he'll be dead in your hand, but you can also discard him with Zombie Master. So it's always on how you play the game. If you want to go balls deep, you can always run 3 or 2. You can always discard him with Zombie Master, bring back Pyramid Turtle, then use Book of Life to special summon him. So he's 4,000, 18, and 12. So that's not an OTK, but that's pretty close. That's a 7,000 attack in one turn. That's better than most decks can do. So I guess that's the end of my mumbling. If you guys have any sort of intake on how I should run the deck, or not deck, but how I should place these cards, I feel either switch Endless with Pyramid Turtle would be my only cards, but then also Plague Spread will probably be the 6th spot, because you can return 1 card to hand, or to your hand to deck, which would probably be the only minus. But then depending on, like, if it was Endless Decay, you know, but whatever. Well, hope you guys liked it. Comment, rate, and subscribe.